Ladies, gentlemen, and tobacco product enjoyers of all types, Riot has just banned players from using snus on stage. If you don't know any of the words that just came out of my mouth, prepare to learn. Snus and its synthetic counterparts like Zyn are a form of tobacco product that work basically the same as chewing tobacco. You put it behind your lip, ingest the nicotine, and Bob's your uncle. Now, if you're from North America and have ever played hockey or baseball, snus isn't that big of a deal. Sure, it's super bad for you, but it's everywhere. And that's doubly true if you're European. I'm serious. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Scandinavian who packs a lip or two. In a 2018 report, over 20% of questioned Danes admit to using snus daily. And by the looks of it, it's only becoming more popular, especially amongst younger people. And on top of the cultural reasons for its usage, the popularity of the product can be basically boiled down to the fact that it's discreet and odorless compared to cigarettes. It's also hands-free, which means that you can multitask pretty much whatever you want, whether it's crushing bombs to center field or even playing Counter-Strike.
Just, an AK, Kevlar, and then, oh, lovely, snus.
Yes, thanks to CS being infested with Swedes and Danes, players using products like this on stage has become something of a staple for the esport. Now, since broadcasters obviously don't want to promote the use of tobacco to the potential kids watching, they usually done their best to try and cut away when it's on camera. However, Riot Games just took it one massive step further by outright banning snus from the VCT. Sort of. Technically speaking, all tobacco products are banned from the match area and have been for quite some time. That being said, my suspicion is that since snus is discreet and so culturally relevant to certain areas of the world, players were mostly getting away with it. But this all changed last week when Na'Vi was hit with a loss of a timeout during their match against DRX, after Angel was caught using snus on stage. And apparently, this penalty was handed down immediately.
It's just not there.
It was fucking Angel? With 2 fingers too? 2-finger Angel got them fucking penalized?
Now, in the wake of this whole snus gate, the community mostly memed about it, but some had some legitimate questions as to why. Why does Riot care if it's not affecting anyone? Well, the answer is likely the simple one I mentioned earlier, and it could be the same reason as to why they don't allow gambling sponsors. Kids watch esports. Riot clearly cares about running a clean ship, and rampant snus use or vaping, looking at you, Potter, doesn't paint the best picture. Now, you can argue that Red Bull, a massive esports sponsor, is just as bad for kids as snus is, and sure, maybe I can agree with you on certain occasions, but the stigma just isn't there. Plus, Riot can just do whatever the they want, to be honest with you. But regardless if you even agree with the penalty that Na'Vi received, this isn't even the first time that weird has been banned from professional play. Back in 2016, ESL famously banned hats from being worn on stage, and more recently, they also banned open-toed footwear and non-team related attire. Although the community has long questioned these clothing-related bans, many suspect it's been in an effort to professionalize the sport. To be fair, not being able to wear Crocs on stage is pretty inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, and I would argue that since nicotine is an addictive substance, cracking down on snus is a much bigger deal. With that said, let me pass it off to you guys. Do you think this is a fair ruling, or do you think that players should be able to snus to their heart's content? And more broadly speaking, if it doesn't affect competitive integrity or any sponsor deals, do you think TO should have any say on what players can do on stage? Let me know. They always try to put weird shit out, but I saw one the other day when I was going through Valorant's competitive rulings, and you're not allowed to bring even like a piece of paper with you if you're a player. But if you're the coach, you can bring whatever the you want. Which I thought was weird, because it's just like, it isn't like, what are you gonna have on a piece of paper?